Welcome to the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Hub podcast presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. Thanks for joining us today. I want to thank our partners, Lake Center Home Care, Lake Sumter State College, Lassiter Ware with Auto Owners Insurance, and of course our podcast available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, and our Facebook page. Today we're talking with Mount Dora Christian Academy softball coach James Bayly. Coach, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Looking forward to great things out of Mount Dora Christian Academy this year. You guys had a successful 2023 season, which you guys finished 18-9 last season. So very, very good season for you guys. What are we looking forward to in 2024?
Hoping we can repeat that. Looking to, capture the district title again. We are young, but I think we're going to hang in there.
Yeah, you guys, obviously you're going to have to replace Winter Kraft, who left last year, and Sammy Smith, two seniors that were terrific for you guys last year. I believe Winter Kraft was your pitcher last year.
Correct.
So that's going to be interesting to see how that evolves with Mount Dora Christian Academy this year. What is that looking like as far as replacing those two players who were just outstanding last year?
We've got two. We used a sixth grader last year in Skylar Colas. She's now a seventh grader. Throws pretty well for a youngin'. And then, of course, Katie will help us out on the mound as well. She pitched quite a few games for us last year. So we're not going to be overpowering in the pitching area, but I think we're gonna do well enough to show our offense and our defense. So we should be okay.
That's really cool how you're going to have a middle schooler on the varsity team pitching. It happens obviously in high school sports, but that's huge. She's going to be one of your starting pitchers. She's. I've heard good things about her.
Yeah,
so.
she's young. I mean, you talk about kids that are, still in middle school. So I have to remind myself about that as well. Mm-hmm. I see a huge difference in her maturity from last year to this year already. So hopefully she's ready for the challenge.
And you have quite the coaching career as well. Of course, you spent 10 years at Lake Brantley High School as the softball coach down there. And then, of course, you ended up coming to Lake County to become the head softball coach for Mount Dora Christian Academy. How did that happen a couple of years back when you got the job for MDCA?
Yeah, so, my coaching career goes way back to, I was a teenager when I was help coaching my dad's team with my sister on it and all that stuff. But my stint at Brantley was 10 years, one of the biggest schools in the state. Very, very good organization. It came down to we had really good pitching going into that year, and Katie, my daughter, wanted to venture out to more of a private school, so we looked into Mount Dora. I was ready to turn her loose and continue coaching at Brantley, and the coach from Mount Dora decided that he wanted to go back home. So I get a phone call and asking if I want to take over the program. It was a tough decision for me to leave Brantley and come to Mount Dora, but there's a reason for it, and now I know why. So
I definitely think for the area, it's a very positive thing to have a coach of your caliber here at Mount Dora Christian Academy and what you're doing for the program as well, for sure. What does Mount Dora Christian Academy mean to you? I mean, you came on board. It must be a little bit different. Of course, it's a private institution than a public school.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is the culture. It's totally different. I don't want to knock the public schools, but it's some of these schools are starting to get out of hand with as big as they are and difficult for the teachers and the administration. And I think we brought faith back into my family, and it's been something that it's been a blessing in disguise to put it in a short term.
You talk about faith and everything that goes on with Mount Dora Christian Academy. I also wanted to touch base on you do an annual tournament every year called the Coach K Memorial Tournament that you guys end up going to and competing with. We did a story on that last year, and it brought a lot of eyes to who Coach K was. Can you tell us who Coach K was and why she was so important?
She's my sister. We were a family of 6 boys and 1 girl. She was the youngest of all of us. I was the youngest boy. So we were like Velcro growing up. Basically where my coaching started, from her little league and up. She was the only girl in the family, but the only one that went on to college and a scholarship, Hall of Fame from our school, Lenore Ryan in North Carolina, not only for volleyball, but for soccer and softball as well. So unfortunately, she passed away a couple years ago with frontal lobe dementia. One of the best, not only softball coaches, but volleyball coaches in the state of Florida. Won many, many awards, been to state finals many, many times. So when I got into coaching at Brantley in 2011 and took over the head coach job the following year, we started playing each other. I would go down to St. Pete, hook up with Canterbury, a couple other schools. She would come up here. We'd play in preseasons. It became a little rival between the two of us. We won at my place one day on a judgment call from the umpire, and I never heard the end of it, but we ended up winning that one. She beat me in the Doc for Life tournament. We were on a 10-game winning streak, and we met in the finals, and she beat us 5-4. So we went back and forth. We started noticing some issues in 2018 with her and her being able to teach and coach, and unfortunately, it ended up taking our life. But so we started back again with Canterbury down in St. Pete and decided to run this Coach K. Bayly Memorial Tournament. And, our goal is to find students that, represented what Kaylin was part of. So we award, last year we awarded 3 $750 scholarships to one of each on each of the teams that played in the tournament. We plan on getting bigger. We're adding a 4th team this year. It's all about the kids. It's all about trying to make them to, make that next step to go into college and, give them a little bit of support and knowing that we try to pick a kid that, is put emphasis on what Kaylin was all about and respecting the game and, student first and athlete second. So
what are the most important lessons that you learned from her that you sort of are able to apply to your own teams?
I think my motto started at Brantley was respect, and watching her deal with kids that had issues at school, whether it was from home life or whatever, and watching her guide them as a mentor, and not really caring about the game itself, but becoming better people. So respect starts at home, and it's in your business, and it's in your peers and your teammates, and so on and so forth. So that's probably the biggest thing I learned from her.
Your first game's coming up on Saturday against Orange Park. Very exciting things you got going on there. Orange Park, pretty good team. We'll see how things go. How's the team stacking up for this opening game and the opening series of the year?
Yeah, like I said, we're young. We lost 2 seniors that graduated, and then 2 juniors decided to go to Umatilla. So we're down 4 players from our roster last year, but we've added a few that came in from other schools. So I feel pretty confident about that. We definitely don't have the depth that some of these public schools have, where you have 40, 50 girls trying out for a couple teams. And, we have currently, I believe we have 14 on our varsity roster, and then 10 or 11 on our sub-varsity team. So the depth is the big thing. We gotta stay healthy, but I think we're good enough to be very competitive this year.
And that's the thing that I think people lose as far as these private schools go, is that the depth isn't as big as the public school system. But I mean, you got players like Katie Bayly, who she's playing like 4 sports. You got Emmy Bowman. I think she's the goaltender for the soccer team this year, and she's going right into softball season. So these kids are busy. How do they kind of keep their academics on point as well?
Yeah, that's the one thing about the private schools. I haven't had a full practice yet with my team because we had weightlifters and basketball players and soccer players. So Lily Bryant's another one of them that she's in a basketball season. They're still competing.
Yeah, they are.
So it's going to be difficult. But I would look at it. We got 25 games to prep for the postseason, and that's the important piece of it. With their schoolwork, staying busy. They find spare time as before practice, after practice. On the bus. on the weekends. That's one of the challenges for these kids is to, they have to plan. They have to make that. They can't just come into this and think that, it's going to be easy. But we got some pretty smart kids on this team too. So it's GPA is definitely up there.
That's awesome. We're going to be talking to a couple of those student athletes coming up next. We're going to be talking to Lily Bryant next on the Sports Hub.
Is pain or restricted range of motion keeping you on the sidelines? Get back in the game with expert orthopedic care from UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics provides robotic-assisted surgical joint repairs and replacements, post-operative care, and inpatient rehabilitation services, all close to home, right here in Lake and Sumter counties. And for those unexpected injuries, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics offers convenient walk-in and same-day appointments. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with one of their specialists, call 352-323-5665.
Hey everybody, we are back on the Sports Hub here. We are talking with Mount Dora Christian Academy softball coach James Bayly, and I am now joined by Lily Bryant, who is a multi-sport athlete at Mount Dora Christian Academy. Lily, thank you for coming on to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, really excited to have you on here. Wow, what a freshman year you had on the softball field. You had a 363 batting average, 33 hits. You led the team in RBIs with 32, and you led the team in doubles as well with 11 on the year. That was a very exciting season. You excited for the upcoming sophomore year?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel ready, and I feel like this season's going to be a really good season because I know Katie and I, my teammate, we've been talking about it, and we have big plans. So.
What has the off-season been like for you?
Off-season, just hard work. We have travel ball in the off-season, so tournaments on the weekends, showcases, and camps.
I was about to say, Coach, what off-season,
Yeah, it never stops. It definitely never stops, especially with the travel ball, the realm, and these girls in a situation now where they're coming up on their junior year. So this is going to be a busy season and busy summer for them.
What does Lily mean to the team?
She's a stud. Yes, Katie and her, but quite a few girls on this team have been playing together for a long time. We go back to our 10U days and 12U days. So I was extremely excited when Lily decided that she was going to be part of this organization as well. So,
where were you before Mount Dora Christian Academy?
I was at a small school called Hampton DeBose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we know that school very well. They do some really good stuff down there, but Mount Dora Christian Academy seems like a good fit for you. What aspects have you been working on in the off-season to kind of improve to get ready for your sophomore year?
I've been trying to be more disciplined and just work on the small things. So create better routines. So, yeah.
Yeah. Routines are very important. Of course, routines are very important with your weightlifting as well because you were in weightlifting. Are you still in weightlifting season? Are you
No, the season's over.
The season's over for you, but you were a weightlifter. But the basketball season's not over for you. I don't know how you juggle it all. So it's amazing. I mean, between basketball, weightlifting, and now softball, how do you do it?
I mean, it's a lot, but it's just about time management. I've learned that with any extra free time you have, like if we get out of class, if we have extra time in class, it's when I work on my homework, and it's just about being able to manage your time. Your
coach right here, he does a really good job, I've heard, at mowing the lawn at the school as well. You don't just take care of the softball team, you also take care of the facilities at Mount Dora Christian Academy. You have two beautiful natural grass facilities. Talk about what goes on into that and making sure that the playing surfaces are perfect for your girls.
Yeah, no, it's pride too. Coach Jason Sanders of the baseball, we kind of hook up together and take care of our fields from the irrigation to the edging of the grass, the mowing of the grass, but it's a pride thing. We want it to look good and play good for these girls that put their time and dedication into this program. So I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. What are your favorite memories that you've had at Mount Dora Christian Academy so far?
A lot. I love weightlifting, districts, and also last season, the softball season, it was just great, especially towards the end of the season because the team began to just click with each other, and things got really fun. And playing foundation, I remember, was always very competitive.
Yeah.
And we would have very good games. It was just really fun. Everybody supporting each other and cheering each other on.
When you're not doing athletics, because you do a lot of athletics, what else do you like to do in your life?
When I'm at home, I play the piano sometimes, hang out with my family. That's about it, to be honest.
As far as softball goes, what's your favorite thing about playing softball?
Favorite thing? I feel like just the hard work. Like, it's fun to work hard and, like, have friends around you where you can just work hard with. Like, hey, do you want to go to the fields today? You know, I just like every day, it just feels satisfying to work.
As far as the camaraderie of your team, how important is that to have a really good team bond? As far, I mean, you've probably focused on it, whether it's Lake Brantley, whatever you've done. I feel like Coach Bayly certainly has a focus on team.
Yeah, you got to have that. If you don't have that team bonding, you know, they're not going to be best of friends. But when they're on that field or they're in that locker room, you can have the best of players with all the talent in the world, but if they don't gel with each other on the field and off the field, it makes a difficult season. So these girls take pride in that. I think it's one of those things where they know that they get better outside of practice. So you know, they get together, whether it's at our field or you know, it could be at their own garage. So they're always picking on each other to try to, you know, hey, it's time to do some extra work. But you definitely have to have that team bonding in order for a successful program, for sure.
Are there any particular players you look up to in your life? Any role models that you have in your life?
As, like, college players?
Yeah, anything. Who are role models in your life?
I love Sis Bates as a college softball player. Sis Bates, just smooth glove work, hard work, and probably just people in my life. I really look up to my grandma because she's a great example and like a spiritual. She's very good example and will always be there for people when you need it.
And I feel like that's the kind of bond that you can develop on this team. I mean, Coach Bayly talked very highly about his sister, of course, Coach K, and what she meant and the annual tournament that you guys go to. Can you talk about that tournament? That tournament seems like a lot of fun, and it has a great meaning behind it as well.
Yeah, I think it was very fun. Last year we kind of make it a fun weekend. So we went to Busch Gardens last year, right? And we stayed the night in a hotel, and it was a really good experience. And I think it's a great way to just represent his sister and just keep her alive, and it's good.
Absolutely. Well, coming up next, we're going to be talking to another one of your teammates, Katie Bayly. Katie had an excellent freshman year, just like you did. So we're going to be talking about her. Katie just so happens to be the coach's daughter as well. So we'll touch on that a little bit as well. Well, I want to thank you for coming on to the program. Good luck with your season, and hope to see good things out of you.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up next, we'll talk to Katie Bayly from Mount Dora Christian Academy.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Lassiter Ware in Leesburg if auto owners make sense for you.
We're back here on the Sports Hub. We're talking with head coach of Mount Dora Christian Academy, James Bayly, and we're also talking to sophomore Katie Bayly, who's coming into her sophomore year here at Mount Dora Christian Academy. She's played all sorts of sports up until this point and is entering the softball season. Katie, thank you for coming on to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're looking forward to some great things out of you. You had your freshman year was unbelievable. I mean, you had a 455 average. You had 37 runs you scored, 40 hits, and then you drove in 15 RBIs as well. Had four doubles, 3 triples. What a season you had. Describe sort of last season, your summer ball season, and what we can expect this season.
A lot of hard work was into both seasons. A lot of fun, a lot of traveling, meeting new people, seeing like new things, and yeah.
Yeah, Coach, talk about your daughter. You obviously coach her. Kind of a unique relationship that you guys have as the player coach kind of dynamic. How has that kind of developed over the course that you've sort of been together?
Yeah, I always think it's difficult for, especially for the daughters, to go through, having dad as their coach. But we've done this for quite a few years, and she knows that when I'm on the field, I'm the coach. I'm probably harder on her as a coach than anybody else, but she gets it. She understands it. It is difficult for her, but she fights through it. She tries to be that leader that this team needs.
Katie, what is that like, sort of to have that father-daughter dynamic, but also, you have 20 plus kids on a roster, of course, and you have to, sort of play it by ear, I suppose. I'm not really sure how you get it done, but as Coach was saying, you kind of figure it out.
It's a good bond having him be there on the field with me. He's taught me, like, as soon as I get on the field, he's not my dad, he's my coach, and when we're off the field, it's a different story. So it's just like learning how him being a coach and a dad is like a same role but a different role.
And seeing your daughter, excel in the sports, and not just softball, but whether it's soccer. I believe she was one of the leading scorers on the team this year, as far as soccer goes. Weightlifting, volleyball. What does it mean to see her success?
Yeah, it's a Kaylin 2.0. To be honest with you, they're very similar, same stature, same height, and just pretty good at whatever sport they choose to participate in. It's the hard work that she puts in outside of our practice, and I think that's one of the things we try to push with all our players is I'm here to guide you at this practice, but it's what you do outside of it that's going to make you a better player, that's going to elevate you up to where you need to be.
We talked about Kaylin Bayly earlier on the program and what she meant to you, but what did Kaylin Bayly mean to you, Katie?
She meant everything to me. She's one of my role models. I looked up to her a lot. She's taught me a lot, and I just look forward to keeping her inside of me, like do what she told me to do.
What are some of those things and life lessons that she told you?
That school comes first, and then obviously sports is extra thing that you can do.
Right.
Told me to just be myself and just not worry about anything, like just be you, and outcome will be a good outcome.
One of the things I find Mount Dora Christian Academy does really, really well is when you get together with other Christian schools and you play, sometimes you guys even have meals together. I think that's kind of a really cool thing that, of course, public schools don't really do that. But as far as the Christian schools, is a very unique type of thing. And you did that at the Coach K Memorial Tournament with the other teams. You got to sit down and sort of have a meal together. What did that mean?
Yeah, no, actually, that's where it started, is with my sister. I mean, we would go down and play with Canterbury and Countryside, and we would make a day of it, play each other, have 2 games each, and have some team bonding together. It not only showed us our team that we can bond, but we can also bond with our competitors, because it's all about that. It's not about the win or loss in that game.
How important is it for you to have that kind of chemistry within the team? Because I know you're a young player, you're sophomore, but you've been on the team now. This is going to be your 3rd year playing varsity. You played in middle school, then you played freshman. Now you're a sophomore. What does that mean to have kind of the chemistry that goes on within the team?
It's very important to have everyone bonded well together. Just because if you're not, you're just not on the same page, and you're just going to be off when you're playing. But if everyone's on the same page, we're going to have fun, and we're still going to be competitive with each other, but it's a fun competitive. We want to go at each other, but we know that we can't go at them rudely. We have to go as a teammate.
Mm-hmm. And you've had some great goals in your career so far. What goals are you looking forward to in 2024? Caught her with that one, Coach. Well, let's ask Coach. Coach, what would you like to see out of your teammates in this year?
Well, I think we have to take it step by step. Like I said, it's a 25 game season to prepare for the playoffs. So it's going to be a journey, but the ultimate goal is to get in the postseason and try to win our district again. And then from that point, we take it one game by game and see who we're going to compete with in the regionals and so on and so forth. So you have to have that goal of the district title, and I think that's the first step in trying to be successful.
Yeah, and she's like itching to get out onto the field, as was Lily when she was on here. I feel like the team is ready to go, and you guys might have to push your date up because of rain this weekend. We'll see what's going on as far as your season goes, but super exciting to have you here. As far as you balancing academics, and your aunt was huge on that. How do you balance your academics and sports together?
I mean, yeah, what Lily said, time management is like a big key. Also, what I do, something that she does, is if we have extra time in class, like I automatically think about doing other work. I mean, sometimes I'll be watching some softball or other sports, but I just go directly to other classwork that I need to make up, or I forgot to do homework, or just anything that needs to be done, that comes first. And yeah.
Well, he's going to make sure that you do that. So
yeah, that's one thing with these girls. It's they take pride in that, their education part of it. So it's really not that difficult. I got to remind them every once in a while that they have to plan for it. They have to make sure that we are students first, and then athletes are a bonus. So.
One more question I have for you each. What do you like most about playing for your dad, and what do you like most about coaching your daughter?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Well, it's the work ethic that she has. It's always difficult to be that kid, but I'm not one that's going to push her to do a sport. She's got to have that that hunger for herself, and she learned that as a young age. I'm not going to be the one that's going to be on her about what she needs to do. She knows what she needs to do at this point, and she's the only one that can do it. So,
how about you, Katie?
It's an honor for him to be my coach, and that I'm playing for him. He's been my coach for a very long time. He's always been there for me in a dad role and a coach role.
Yeah, that's well said. You have that dynamic, and it's really cool because a lot of people, whether it's parents or coaches, some people never get that experience, and you're getting that, and you'll probably look back on that one day, and you'll enjoy the experience no matter what.
Well, I think that's a piece too that I tell these kids that I don't have 3 daughters, I have 33, because I want the same for the other teammates as well. So.
Right. Yeah, very important, and looking forward to what Mount Dora Christian Academy has going on, and what you guys can produce this year. Again, district championship last year. I guess you guys won the district championship. Is that the goal again this year?
That's our first goal, absolutely. Then we'll take it game by game after that.
I want to thank you both for coming on to the program today. It's been a lot of fun talking with both of you. I want to also thank Lily for coming on the program as well, and we're looking forward to what Mount Dora Christian Academy has going on for it in 2024.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to come back and wrap up the Sports Hub next. Nobody wants an aging family member who is unable to care for themselves to be home alone. Lake Center Home Care believes the best healing happens when you are most comfortable. The company provides exceptional personal care in the comfort and privacy of your own home. Whether you need skilled nursing, physical therapy, home health aides, or companion services, your loved ones will enjoy peace of mind knowing you're being taken care of and treated with respect and dignity. Lake Center Home Care is locally owned and managed with a team of highly qualified professionals who are passionate about taking care of their neighbors. Call 352-315-0050 or visit golchc.com to learn more about this amazing company. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sports Hub podcast. I want to thank Mount Dora Christian Academy softball for coming in. Looking forward to their season and what they're going to be able to do in the 2024 year. I want to thank our presenting sponsor, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I also want to thank our partners, United Southern Bank, Lake Center Home Care, Lake Sumter State College, Lassiter Ware with Auto Owners Insurance, and of course our podcast available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and our Facebook page. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the next edition of the Sports Hub podcast.
This has been the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopedics.